Babies, it's that time again. Oh yeah. School has ended and today is graduation. And I have to read a speech for the most dynamic student in the student body. And he picked me to do it. And he used to hate my guts. Which is really funny because that would just, put my faith to the test, right? Here's somebody who hates me and I could hate him back. He's not doing my assignments, so I could, give him a bad grade or whatever. But no, I did it the Jesus way, people. Oh yeah. I stayed true to what I knew to be forever beautiful: love, patience, creativity. Oh yeah. And in time, he came around and he chose me to speak for him. Oh yeah, baby. That's what I'm talking about. The work of Jesus is just like that. Oh yeah, baby. I wonder how many times in the Bible Jesus says, "You've heard it said, but I tell you." Quite often. And when I think of things like that, I wonder how many other things did he say like that? I mean, we only have a handful of things that people are claiming he said. Really fascinating. But every time I think about that, I get slightly depressed because there's no way of retrieving it. You can't. There's no documentation for those things that we wonder about. However, what's better, and this is what dispels the depression, is that we have him alive in us to speak with us in a more direct and intimate way than anything in the Bible. Oh yeah. Why? Because in your spirit, baby, it doesn't get more intimate than that. And whatever he's saying for you personally. Whereas things that were written down in the Bible, if they were accurate, are said for many people. Oh yeah, baby. That's why I say we all need to live out our own gospel. Not anything different than what Jesus is doing, but just the gospel according to us. Because if you notice, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John are very different. Gee, I wonder why that is. Is it because maybe the writers were different and their audiences were different? Hello? So just in the same way, we have an even greater opportunity to discover what the gospel is according to us and let Jesus and his Spirit live it through us. Just like I just mentioned to you about this student who used to hate me and then chose me to speak for him because he ended up trusting me. That's part of the gospel according to me. That's not going to be in Mark's gospel. It's not going to be in Isabella's gospel. Well, it might be, because Isabella was there and she saw it all happen. But she might not know all the details. So yeah, there it is, babies. So much beauty in the world. And so much corruption as well. So it's our job to keep the energy of God going, so as many as possible can be affected by His Spirit, His will, His purpose, which is what? To serve others with a pure heart and love Him with all your mind, soul, strength. Right? Heart, mind, soul, and strength. Yeah, that's it, baby. Because when you do that, you will be in a greater place to hear other things. But if you'll notice, people get all messed up in their lives because they don't take care of step one. And so you're probably asking, well, how do I know I'm loving God with all my mind, soul, spirit, and strength? You know when you purposely pursue Him and you purposely avoid things that you know get in the way of you pursuing Him. Oh yeah, baby. It's not that difficult. So every time we talk about God, we have to talk about paradoxes. Because you can't understand God without understanding the power of paradox. And once again, for those of you who are still new to this, a paradox is something that appears to be a contradiction, but in reality, there's a common thread between the two opposing ideas that are essential for truth. Oh yeah, baby. And so you might wonder, well, why is God hiding truth in such a convoluted construct? Why is truth found in this thin line that joins apparent contradictions? Because the only way to give evidence that you love God is for you to pursue Him with all your mind, heart, soul, and strength. And the only context that can be done is in a difficult situation. And that difficult situation is determining what the truth is in that delicate line, in that delicate balance between what appear to be opposing concepts or ideas or characteristics. So, in this case, the paradox is, what were we talking about? I can't remember. But anyway, keep that in mind, because whatever it is that you're doing, if it's not with the understanding of a paradox, you're missing it. Because you're going to end up being categorical, and you're going to end up being, well, it's either this or it's that. And you're not going to have the full mind of God to understand it could be this and that. Yeah. So in order to be a teacher, you also need to be a student. In order to be a leader, you also need to be a servant. That type of thing. That type of thing. All right, babies, time is up, and time is on our side, because guess what? We're tasting eternity. Oh.